Alright, welcome to 10 Minutes in the Mind of Loco, where you ask the questions and I answer them whether I know the answer or not. Today we are going to be talking a little bit about Super Bowl, great news coming up, and let's see, creativity, Munchkin, and profits. Okay, so we're going to start right off with the Super Bowl because it was obviously this last week and everybody was talking about the last play. And this is 10 Minutes in the Mind of Loco, so here's what's in my mind. I really didn't care who won, but all I know is that as soon as that interception was thrown, everybody started talking about the coach and, oh, I can't believe he called it, blah, 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 blah. Everybody blamed the coach. What went through my head here in the Mind of Loco is, I'm pretty sure that the coach did not tell him to throw it to the other team. Yes, the coach is at fault. He called it. But is anybody going to complain about the fact that the quarterback threw it to the wrong guy? So I guess that's my thing. At some point, well, I guess Brady did the same thing. Brady threw an interception at the 1 yard line on the other end. So it wasn't the first one that happened. It was bad timing, bad call. But somebody blamed the quarterback too because he did throw the ball. Had Brady thrown that ball, everybody would have been talking about how awful Brady was instead of how bad of a call that was. So that's just what's in my head. Yes, I love the dancing shark. Totally lost track of where he was at. I still think Chevy Chase did a better job when he did the land shark routine. Let's see what else happened there. The star was amazing. We don't even need to go into that. And I do have great news, and I'll tell you more about the great news coming up as to what's happening with us around here and even bigger in the Tampa St. Pete area. But that's up to come later on. John Mark asked a question. It said, do you believe that franchises such as Call of Duty and Battlefield are stifling the market creativity with rehashes of the same game releases every year? No, not really. Yes, they are the same game practically every year. Although this is the first year where I actually feel like Call of Duty has somewhat of a new feel. So I like that. I do like the new Call of Duty. But I think some things just shouldn't be changed. I think that if it works, they've always said if it's not broken, don't fix it. I think that if they try to change it too much, they're just going to lose a bunch of people. People like the game the way it is. And that's the reason the game makes millions upon millions, because people like it. There are certain things that just shouldn't be changed. The moment they change, Madden football. Last time Madden football changed, I think was in 95, when the ambulance used to drive out on the field and run over people. If you haven't seen that, look it up because it's hysterical. My buddy Alan and I would actually do late hits on purpose in the game, which you can't do anymore. But we would purposely do late hits just to injure somebody, to see the ambulance come on the field. It would run over a few players on the way in, and then run over some more players on the way out. I think that's the last time I really saw any big change in Madden, and they keep doing the same thing. Although Madden is one of those games that I think, instead of releasing a new game every year and charging you $60, and this jumps a little bit into another question somebody asked later, so I don't want to say too much, but instead of releasing a new game every year and charging you $60, they should just charge you the $60, and then for the next 2 or 3 years, go ahead and charge you $20 for the updated roster, because the game really doesn't change that much. So if they release one in 2015, charge me $20 for 2016 roster and another $20 for 2017 roster, and then release a new game when it's actually going to make a difference. But Call of Duty, Battlefield, they are exactly what people expect them to be. If they change them, they're just going to crash and burn. So I wouldn't change them at all. And they are old. There's not much changes. But then again, one of my favorite games, Forza Motorsports, every time they change it, I complain. So I'd rather if they had not changed that game. So that's my answer as far as that's concerned. Everybody else can be creative around them. I mean, we have plenty of creative systems and plenty of creative artists out there. The second question, why do people enjoy Munchkin? And that question came from Joshua. Joshua, why do people enjoy Munchkin? Let me see. I think I have one back here. As a matter of fact, I have a few of them back here. Let's see what it says. Munchkin captures the dungeon experience with none of the stupid role-playing stuff. I do like the role-playing stuff, so I'm not going to say stupid. All you have to do is kill monsters and grab magic items. Okay, where is it at? Fast playing and silly. That's really the reason, because it's silly. Reduce any game group hysteria, and while they are laughing, you can steal their stuff. The main reason people like this game is because, unlike other games, in this one, not only are you trying to beat your opponent, but you're trying to make him look really bad while you're trying to beat him at the same time. And then if somebody doesn't help you out, then you remember that and you don't help them out next time. Or if you offer to help somebody out and they take help from somebody else, then you take it out on them for not taking your help and sharing the loot with you. The bottom line is, the reason people like Munchkin is because they want to be a pain in the butt to somebody else. There's really no other reason. It's just a fun game where you can make fun of other people and make sure that they know it, that you're making fun of them, and they suffer through it. Which sounds awful, but it really is a lot of fun. Although, I did play, and I don't even remember the name of it, but Joshua, you'd be proud of me, we played the game with the samurai that you taught us the other day with Mr. Tom Bombadil, and we played it here at the house, and we had a good time playing it. And this is one of those games that I've never played before, where you actually work together to beat the game, okay? A board game where you work together to beat the game. I'm just learning about all this stuff, so I appreciate you guys over there at Emerald City Comics helping me out with all this. But again, it was fun. We lived through it. We had one villager and one house left, and that's how it went down. So thank you, Josh. Thank you, Tom. Do appreciate it. The last question that we have: what do you feel about the transition to early access games? Is it a good thing for the industry, or does it allow producers to simply put out unfinished games and reap the profits? That is from Nathan. Nathan, I think we're guilty of this. I think we've done this to ourselves. We expect everybody to put out a new game every year on the year, and if they don't, we, as the industry, as the consumer, we complain about it. So therefore, they're putting stuff out, and I think sometimes they have stuff that is hidden, that they're going to charge us for it later, blah, 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 blah. Yes. But the bottom line is, I think, we live in this microwave society where we get all we can, we can all we get, and we sit on our can. And we just want it now. We want everything right now, right now, right now. So what happens is these people give us what we want right now, and it's not finished most of the time. And yes, they are to blame, but at the same time, I think we're to blame quite a bit, because I know a lot of people who, if the game doesn't come out within a year or a year and a half, they start complaining about it, and what they do is they go out and buy it from somebody else or buy some other game. So therefore, what they're doing is they're going ahead and giving us what we want. And unfortunately, what we want is not very good sometimes, because we're just not patient enough to wait for what's good. So anyway, so that's what we have this year. This year, I told you, it's been a crazy week. This week, in 10 minutes in the Minor Loco, please send me more questions. I need more questions. Leave me some comments. Let's talk a little bit, see what's happening, okay? Thank you so much. There's some really good news coming up. Maybe if you go to Gamers on the Edge, or Facebook, you'll see some of them kind of trickle in here and there. But stay tuned, because it's going to be really cool. All right? Angel Miranda, a.k.a. Profe Loco, Gaming with a Cause. See ya.